Mr. Sessions was instrumental in defeating the 2007 immigration reform bill, referring to it as terrorist assistance. He was a strong opponent of the 2013 bipartisan immigration bill, even though the bill had the strongest border security provision ever seen in an immigration bill, and it was actually such a strong border security provision that I hated it. I had to think about whether I was going to vote for this thing because I felt that it was too much of a militarization of our southern border. I thought it was a giveaway and a waste of money. But it had a strong border security provision. It was voted out of the Senate by a wide margin. But if it were up to him, we would also limit legal immigrants coming to our country. During the markup in the Judiciary Committee, Senator Sessions offered an amendment to limit legal immigration, which failed 17-1. If you're wondering whether this is a rhetorical flourish to say that his views on immigration are out of the mainstream, the record shows 17-1. 17-1 in the Judiciary Committee. In addition, Senator Sessions supports cutting federal funding for sanctuary cities. And, sanctuary cities has become sort of a brand. People aren't really even sure what it means. But here, let's be clear about what we mean by that. Stripping funding from sanctuary cities is wrong because cities have decided that the strength of their relationship between their police and their citizens is more important for public safety than doing the federal government's job of enforcing immigration laws. And Senator Sessions, of course, is against the right of children born in the United States to be American citizens. He is against helping the many dreamers in this country. Let's have an honest discussion about immigration. And we need to start talking about why people come to this country. Some of them come because they want to escape their own awful circumstances and live in freedom and opportunity. It's my grandparents escaping Ukraine. It's my wife's grandparents leaving China. It's the Schatzes. It's the Binders. It's the Kwaks. It's Albert Einstein. It's Madeleine Albright. This is who we are. We are people from all over the world who are united not by our ethnic extraction or our religious affiliation, but tied together by our love for America and our belief in this country as the beacon of hope, the shining city on the hill. And the idea that we would shred that legacy in the face of some imaginary public desire for immigration reductions, frankly, it's disturbing. Look at the protests happening every weekend at our country's international airports. Americans are not out in the streets demanding that we shut off the lamp outside the Golden Door. They are demanding that we stay true to our history and to our roots. That's why we saw close to 100 companies file a legal brief earlier this week against the Muslim ban put in place by the president and implemented by a man who has been mentored by Senator Sessions. The brief they filed notes an important statistic about our country. More than 200 companies currently listed on the Fortune 500 list are founded by immigrants or the children of immigrants. And this stands in direct contrast to the nominee's views here. Because if immigrants are coming to the United States and starting businesses and hiring people, they aren't taking jobs from Americans, they're creating jobs for Americans. And that has been the story of our country since the very beginning. Immigration is one of the cornerstones of our country, and the nominee's policy proposals would chip away at that. The world is watching, history is watching. We have to ask ourselves, what do they see? Do they see Lady Liberty, or do they see something else, something darker,